Yeah, well, for example, this is going to be my first time.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I was trying to go
we get to
one of us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I tried to go last year, but unfortunately, I think it was at another convention for something else, so.
We do have the bad luck of being sort of smack dab in the middle of high con season.
Yeah,
so.
we're in a convention sandwich, so.
That's okay, though. But, yeah, tell me what's going on. I want to know.
Yeah. Well,
I want to party.
Yeah, besides, like, let's see, you said, like, there's, because I'm thinking of all the screenings, we do anime, sci-fi, there's the cosplay. Pretty much there's also LARP, live action role play.
Yes.
So if you do any of that, like on your local campus, $20, half of your group is going to be there, you know. We're pretty much, we usually try to have designated areas inside a convention center so you're not out in 80-degree weather or whatever, you know, doing
Who cares?
You know, or the Hartford police going, is that a real pistol in here?
Yeah,
it's like,
why are you
sir,
fighting that
really,
person?
really,
like, sir, what is your real name? I am an elf. Like, please.
I am Mortok the Dark Lord! You know, the cops don't really like that, so, yeah.
No.
Yeah, we have that, boffer battles, tabletop, you know, so you can do Dungeons and Dragons. We also do actual regular games, like if you ever do Apples to Apples.
I love that game.
Yep.
Me too. You're playing apples. Okay, we're going to be at the table. Let's meet up. I know.
gaming
Go
right
take a
there.
break.
Yeah.
We're coming.
No, oh, trust me, we're, like every other hotel room at ConnectiCon is doing Apples to Apples, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are now just hit a little heart, like chord in my
yeah.
heart. I love that game. Keep going.
Other than that, you can just find random people. Like, literally, I would be very shocked if you go to ConnectiCon, don't meet a random stranger, and not have a game of Duck Duck Goose in the middle of the floor where we then have to be like, could you not right now, you know, but.
On the other hand, it's a good way to get in touch with your inner child.
Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It's like the Disney
let
World,
loose.
but like $300 cheaper.
We also have a really nice selection of panels and workshops that'll just, are various topics.
We'll get to that.
Sure. then
I
I'll
know, I
hold
saw
off
the
on that.
list, and we commented on the list.
There's a lot of different topics that are covered, and those are done by everyone from fans who just, you know, write in and say, hey, I know something about Harry Potter. I'd like to do a Harry Potter fandom workshop. Is that okay? Some of them are professional panels that are done by guests that are coming in for various purposes. So it's a really kind of a nice montage of different things.
Now,
Kind of fun,
I saw on your blog, or website, I don't know what you want to call it, but you teach classes. Are you teaching any of this, or on the workshop?
Oh, me,
yeah, yourself, personally.
No, I'm not actually.
I know you had like a whole bunch of discussion things you had on your...
Yeah, no, I do teach classes, and actually I did do them at ConnectiCon last year, but we had so many panels that wanted to be done that I sort of opted that I had a lot of fun teaching them last year, but just being head of the department, it got a little crazy trying to say, oh my God, I got to figure out where these 4 guests got to go to dinner, and I got a class to teach. So this year I was kind of like, I'd really like to do it, but it's kind of easier for me to be able to just concentrate on the job that I'm doing and leave it. But I do teach. I actually tour New England as a side job. I get paid. I work as a librarian, actually, but I get paid on the side to do. I do cons for free, but I'll go to libraries and schools and teach some of the classes. In fact, some of it's funding my trip to Hawaii this year. So, so it is
a hobby work for you.
Yes, it is
Make
a
the
hobby
work.
work, definitely. But I teach an Anime 101 class.
What do you teach in it? Like, what is it, for example? What do you learn?
Well, I go over the real basic rundown of what anime is, the history of anime in America, different genres. Mostly, although I get a lot of teenagers in it, it was designed mostly for parents that don't know anything about anime, that have kids that are into it and want to understand it better or want to know what their kids are
So
getting
they understand
into.
that it's just not certain things. They get a better idea
Well,
of what's happening.
the idea came from the fact that I had a woman come to me in my library about 2002. The other librarians I work with know that I'm into a lot of this kind of geek culture, so anyone comes in and says, hey, do you guys carry Firefly, or do you know what anime is? They send them right to me. They know what it is.
Going to bed.
Yeah, she's over there.
She's
Go
over
get
there.
her.
Go find her.
But I had a woman come up to me and ask me about a particular title that she was looking for her 13-year-old son. She wanted me to find her La Blue Girl, which I really hope you don't know what that is.
No.
But let's just say it's a very, very over-the-top film that probably wouldn't even be shown on the Playboy channel.
Okay, listen, I see Legend of the Overfeed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's that sort of thing.
That's all I
It's
gotta
something that you wouldn't even really see on late night cable. Let's put it that way.
They got a very
and
vivid
she had no idea. She had no idea that it was a pornography and a very hardcore pornography. So I was kind of like,
Did her
"Ma'am,
son
you
know? I'm just trying to slip it under the
You know
radar?
what? I didn't even ask. I didn't want to get him into trouble too much. But I just kind of tried to explain to her
Junior
that
knows.
Junior probably doesn't want to watch this, but let me give you
Oh, he
some
wants to watch
suggestions.
it, but he shouldn't watch it.
let me give you some suggestions that maybe are a little more age appropriate for him, and sort of went from there. And I suddenly started thinking about it and went, yeah, we need a class. People really need, because a lot of people that aren't into anime don't realize the scope of different genres that anime covers.
Well, that's the thing I run into with people is that a lot of them are like, oh, I see anime and I don't like it. And I'm like, did you really see anime?
Right.
What did you see? Oh, I seen Dragon Ball Z or something. And I'm like, that's just one little, there's such a broader scope to it. And it ranges from kind of kiddie to adult. You just gotta,
and people don't think of it like that. I sort of
don't.
try to explain it as saying, you know, you have to think of it the same way as saying, we're going to go see a movie in America. I mean, a movie can be anything, and anime can be anything, same idea. So that class I started teaching, which I do at ConnectiCon some years, and then my personal favorite is I do an anime and mythology workshop that talks about mythological themes and cultural stories and how they reflect in anime. So
nice.
I try to get a little, but we have people that will come in and do educational things along that line, and then some panels are, I want to find out how to build a plushie. Let's sew our own.
Yeah, we did find that. I have a list over here, but what's that?
Yeah.
So there's a long.
There's a long list, and it's a nice mix: educational stuff, fun stuff. I like to think educational and fun, most of them. And
what is Octo Delete?
That is a webcomic, if I remember correctly.
So you know that there's a you got this long list. So you know there's got a lot of people coming out to. It's a good amount of variety of different people coming and participating. These just. Where do these folks come from? Like, is this?
They come from everywhere.
Are these people that are part of the?
As I say, we get a lot of people that will write us and say, "Hey, my name's John Smith. I live in Boston. I'm coming to your convention, and I'm a student at Emerson University, and I've been studying Japanese culture, and I'd like to do a panel on the history of war in anime and how it reflects, the history of war in Japan." And we go, oh, okay, great, dude, that's fantastic. We get a 15-year-old girl that might say, hi, I want to do a panel on Sailor Moon fandom. I write Sailor Moon fan fiction, and I want to do a panel on how to do fan fiction. Okay, great, you can do a panel. We may get Daniel Kevin Harrison, who says, yeah, I'm going to be your guest this year, and I'd also like to do a panel on how to be a voice actor. Is that cool? Nice. Oh, yeah, definitely, Daniel.
It's really nice to see that kind of the variety of participation.
Oh, yeah.
We see that C.J. Henderson, who we interviewed last year, is going to be doing one, a writer's workshop. We got all kinds. I mean, the list
in fact, I've noticed we get a lot of good writers that will do panels, and our other big thing is, as big as the anime is webcomics, as you said earlier, and a lot of our webcomics will do panels on different webcomic techniques or Photoshop or different ways that they do their thing.
Man, you even have a whole events and stuff centered around webcomics.
Oh,
and, an art auction and stuff, right?
We have a webcomic auction where you can bid on your favorite webcomic.
Okay. How does that work?
That's a lot of fun. You make a bid on it, and then if you win your webcomic, what happens is you get invited to go to the AfterCon party, which is usually staff only with the guests, and you can hang out with that particular webcomic person.
Oh, cool.
For the, in fact, I bid on Jenny Breeden from Devil's Panties last year and lost. I broke my heart. Jenny's one of my absolute favorite people, but it's all for a good cause.
My friend's is my best friend. Her favorite is the Order of the Stick.
Oh, I love the Order of the Stick. Actually, he's a really nice guy that does it too.
She loves it. But I think that's coming to our second break. We've been signaled.
Yeah, we have been signaled. Saw the sign.
But when we come back...
Yeah, we're going to go to break now, and when we come back, we're going to actually talk to the voice actor, Daniel Kevin Harrison.